Question number 3.
Okay. How do you think the OASD Board of Education is viewed in regard to image, and how do you think that will affect our ability to find a quality superintendent?
That's a very good question, and it's actually something that that I've talked and thought a lot about. I think right now, the way that the board is viewed is somewhat dysfunctional. And I think we have people on the board that are trying, and they're fighting for their constituents, and they're fighting for our kids. I think we have that other people that serve on the board that are fighting for personal interests or personal beliefs. I fear that image will affect our ability to attract quality candidates. I think I, in a discussion last night, learned that there's 70 superintendent openings in the state of Wisconsin, which means we're going to have a lot of competition. And if you're an administrator and you're a leader, you are not going to want to come into a place where you're going to be micromanaged. I don't believe that all is lost. And I believe that if we can get the right people into the right positions, we can kind of get this back on track and get moving in the right direction. And, you know, Oconomowoc is a great community. We should be able to attract the best candidates, you know, because of everything that our community offers.
So this is a really great question, and it's a bit loaded, right? Too, because a lot of people will tell you that the board is very dysfunctional, and some people will tell you that the board is doing just this way. Oh, hello. That the board is doing just fine. Having been on the board for the last 6 years and seeing how smoothly it ran while I first joined, compared to the board meetings now, I would say it's a tad bit dysfunctional. I don't think we should be having 6-7 hour board meetings. And that was not fun for me. Things are better, you know, we're learning, we're growing. Will it affect our ability to hire a good superintendent? I hope not. I think, like Matt said, if we can get the right people in place, I think that we could be a very attractive district. We have got amazing qualities here, and we need to focus on those positives. We have good pay, we have good staff, we have good administration, we have a strategic plan that is out of this world, and we have embraced a set of core values as a board that no other district has done. And so when you look at our qualities and you focus on those, I hope that we can bring and attract an amazing superintendent, despite what is happening at the board level.
Like this? Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a message to talk louder.
Like Pinocchio.
Actually, the first time anyone's ever said that to me, so it's a little confusing. I agree that the board currently has a reputation as dysfunctional with the 6 and 7 hour board meetings. I zoomed into a couple of them and actually fell asleep because they were very, very long. I'm very thankful that the board made the decision to wait a year to hire a superintendent, because with the right people on the board, we can come together as a cohesive board and become even more attractive than Oconomowoc already is, and we can hire the best of the best.
Okay, question regarding the board reputation and hiring a superintendent. So, yeah, it's a challenge, and that actually factored into part of the decision making and pros and cons We actually got to pull out the whiteboard and did the pros and cons of going out and finding the interim versus going out to find somebody now, or our third option was to go out and look for somebody, but then switch to an interim if the candidates pool versus if it wasn't coming together. And so we kind of whiteboarded all of that and took a look at it. And the advantages of finding and taking our time to being deliberate were very obvious. And one of the advantages is to get the board straight. To straighten it out, to take to heart all the work that we've done on this governance training, all that investment you put into us to date. It basically, it comes down to the previous question and really getting back to what it's going to take for us to govern as a high-performing board and changing the mindset to do that. And you know, being that this has gone on for 3 years, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if people are willing to or what. So at some point it turns to the community to make those decisions. And like I said, take a strong, hard look at the people you're putting on review. This is our chance this year, this election cycle, to pick 43% of the selection committee, which is huge. And so you're really picking the leaders who will pick the leader of our district. And so I think if we look long and hard at who's doing it, I think we can take the board's reputation from a negative to a neutral, which would be awesome.